Hey guys, it's Mario here, back with another workout video, and this time we're going into a very fast upper body workout that I was forced to shorten because the gym was closing and I came in very late. So I came in about 10:20 and it was closing at about 11, so I had 40 minutes including the warm-up and everything, which is a lot less than I'm usually training, and I'm usually my workouts up to an hour, maybe hour and a half. So I really had to cut this workout to about 35 minutes, including warm-up. As you see here, I'm doing this warm-up, and that's the first key point here that I want to make, is that I don't skip the warm-up regardless of if I don't have time. I'm still gonna do the damn warm-up because I'm in this for longevity. I'm in this for the long run. I'm not really gonna put that like warm-up aside and then risk the injury and just let my ego take over. That's a very key point. I see a lot of guys going into the gym, they skip the warm-up if they're in a rush, and then they end up in trouble when they injure something. Or maybe you don't injure it in that specific workout, but the cumulative effect of you just doing that extra damage on your joints and your ligaments, maybe this workout and the next one you also kind of screw up your warm-up, that all builds up. You know, the body remembers. So if you don't treat your body properly, it's going to remember, you know, and it's all about that compound effect. You know, the more you neglect, eventually it compounds and causes an injury. Rarely it's going to just be one single event, but it's more like a series of things. But that's a topic for a whole nother video. So don't skip your warm-up. Definitely do that even though you're in a hurry. It's a very important part of the training. So again, this is warm-up sets, and going into this here, you see that I'm actually doing an incline dumbbell press. And a lot of guys might be wondering, hey, why don't you do the barbell bench press? That's usually what you do on upper body day. Well, the reason why I've picked this is because I can easily alternate that with a dumbbell row with minimal rest. And that's a key here, that when you have very little time in the gym, you want to minimize the rest between sets. And this is me here warming up a little bit of pull-ups just to get that back ready for the movement. So here, warm up again with dumbbells. It also easier to warm up, you know, more range of motion, good workout, good exercise in general, and it's a part of my workout plan usually. So the way you do these supersets is you want to pair up antagonist groups, and specifically here I'm pairing up a horizontal press with a horizontal pull, which is going to be a dumbbell row. And I'm doing, I think, dumbbells at about 40 kilos here, standard dumbbell that I use for reps. So it is a pretty hard set, and I'm gonna actually push it a lot harder, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna be able to do less reps on the second or the third superset, and that's fine because I'm really minimizing the amount of rest. And you're gonna see I didn't cut out any footage, so here it's a speed up what I did. Immediately going into a dumbbell row, that was just about maybe like 20 seconds, even less, and I'm going into this row, which again is quite heavy. I don't have time to set up, I don't have time to like play around with it and just get a feel for it. No, just go straight into it and just finish the damn lift. So the key really is here that you want to take as minimum rest as you can, just to kind of get a little bit more volume, but don't let the rest get out of hand. Like, it's really being efficient as much as you can. So with these two movements, I'm really happy with them, and usually feel a really good stimulants from it, and I get a lot of growth. And these are kind of my standard movements that I include. As I said in one of my previous videos on exercise variety, you want to become a master of several different movements in bodybuilding, and then you want to switch them around every, I guess, 4 to 6 weeks, maybe like 10 weeks, even 12 sometimes, depending on how well your workout, how your workout is planned. But generally, you want to have a kind of like a 3-4 favorite movements for the back, and just keep hammering on those, keep mastering those movements and progressing in them, right? So here you see me, I'm going pretty damn close to failure. You know, that was a very shaky rep, and that's expected when the rest periods are low. And again, same thing here, going into a dumbbell row, you know, trying to maintain as much form as I can, even though I'm super exhausted. I already feel the burn, you know, I didn't have much rest, maybe like about 1 minute between these supersets. So the idea is really, okay, you can superset, and you can lower the rest period. You can also drop set if you want to, and that is one of the tools that I often use. In this current workout that you're seeing, I didn't use drop sets because I just decided, hey, why don't I just superset everything? And there's been some interesting research on pairing up these antagonist muscle groups and using supersets in general. So even if I'm not in a rush, I'm usually gonna switch. Let's say if I do a set of, let's say a bench press, and I'm gonna switch and do a set of pull-up, and then I'm gonna come back into the bench press, maybe just take a minute or two rest between the set, right? And really pairing up, there's been some interesting research on that saying that there's benefits for growth for both muscle groups if you just alternate them. So it's not a classic superset where you just run from one to another like I did here, but it's more like just simply alternating sets and alternating different muscle groups that are kind of opposite, right? So here you see it's a pretty damn shaky rep again, close to failure. Again, same procedure. I'm doing 3 sets, so 3 supersets of this. I think I'm hitting 10 reps with a dumbbell row. That is something that that went pretty well. I think my back doesn't get as exhausted as my chest, which is kind of interesting. Probably the case that my arms are really strong, and on the chest portion, I think my shoulder is the limiting factor. So I definitely need to get some extra work done on that and make sure that the shoulder is not limiting. Here I'm actually I did so many sets in a row without break, and I had to actually stop. Okay, shit, I'm not gonna, I mean, I need to get my breath, and that's okay, right? So stopping at any point to get a little bit of break, that's fine. But again, you know, minimize, maximize efficiency, minimize time. So this is the final superset, and I'm going into a cable fly here. So I decided to go for a fly because it was supposed to be hypertrophy day, right? It is a hypertrophy day, and then I'm gonna choose movements. I actually picked too much weight here for the fly. Extremely struggling, but I don't have enough time to like stop the set and then go back. So I decided, okay, let's just plow through. Let's do the best I fucking can, and it's okay, right? And then I'm gonna alternate that with a chin up. So going straight into a chin up, just pull that a little chair there and going into a chin up. Again, here the reps doesn't look like the most perfect fucking rep in the world, but it doesn't really matter. You know, what matters is you do your volume, you do your work, and quantity is gonna work, right? Quantity works. If you put in the work, it might not be 100% perfect, but the idea is to show up, right? And I will always grow more if I even have to do these fast workouts than someone who just made an excuse and stayed home and didn't do shit. And I always see guys like, hey, if I can't get my full 1 hour, 30 minutes, you know, they have that black and white thinking, I'm just gonna stay home and I'm gonna do the workout tomorrow. And that's just the type of thinking that hinders your growth long term, because with that mindset you're gonna look at everything like it's black and white, and the real growth happens in that gray area. You have to deal with life. You have to deal with things as they come along, and you're not gonna be able to do your perfect workout all the time, and that's okay. And you said actually one of my clients said, hey man, how do you deal with these bad workouts? Well, look, I mean, I have that 33% law. I have that like a law of 1/3. You know, I imagine that a third of my workouts will be perfect. I imagine that on these workouts I'm gonna feel great. Maybe I'm gonna hit a PR, maybe I won't, but I'll feel really, really good. And then a third will be just an average workout and just go and get the job done, go out. And a third will be complete crap and something that I had to change. Maybe someone pissed me off that day. I had some shit to do, you know, this YouTube thing crashed for some reason while I was uploading a video, you know, stuff like that happens. You know, you struggle with filming, maybe some people annoy you, and maybe you just wake up that day and just don't feel like it, right? It just happens. You know, we're all human and our emotional state is fluctuating depending on many different things like internal and external. And as much as I like to kind of think of myself as a grounded person, the point is that I still have those fluctuations, and everybody does. And it's just a fact. Okay, I admit that it's happening, and I just do the best I can, and I always make sure to do the work. 1 rep is better than 0 reps. Like 1 fucking push-up is better than staying home and watching Netflix all day. So here you saw me do 3 supersets. I'm combining machine fly with lat pull down. to get some extra growth. I mean, these lat pull down reps you see is really fucking hard because there's minimal rest, super hard. And I decided to throw in one extra superset for arms. So at the end of this, I looked at the clock. I see, oh shit, there's some extra time. Let me just throw in some extra work for arms there because I can. You know, I love to train arms. As you guys probably see, my arms are really well developed, probably the best part of my body that I have in terms of development. And I really like to train them as well. They always give me a good pump. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the thing. So the thing you really like to train also grows more and you train it more. So it's kind of that upward spiral. So as I was saying before, really want to get out of that black and white, like all or nothing type of thinking. And if it's one rep, it's one rep, man. If it's like 15 minutes in the gym, it's 15 fucking minutes. You go in there, load up some weight, knock out one exercise, go home. It's fine. I always tell guys, like, if you're procrastinating the workout, well, just go to the gym and do one set. And if you still don't want to exercise, just go home. And often I actually had like a reply from a guy saying like, shit, man, I did that one set and I kind of felt good. So I wanted to do the second one, then I felt better, and then I just finished the whole workout. And he didn't really feel like it. But the key is that motivation will come from taking action. A lot of people believe that motivation precedes action. You know, you need to get motivated to take action. But in reality is that by taking action, you will get motivated because you're going to get momentum and you're going to get that motivation that eventually turns into a habit that turns into kind of a new identity. And then you're kind of that person who doesn't miss workouts. And that's really a key point there. If you want to get motivated, you can generate motivation. As Picasso said, you know, like the inspiration will come, but it has to find you working. So you have to put in the action. You have to take some form of action that will generate that momentum, that will generate that motivation, and you're never gonna be struggling again with going to the gym. So kind of a sidetrack into self-development there. I know you guys love that, same as me. I really love to read different stuff. I'm actually reading the book called Switch right now. It's from Dan Heath, pretty amazing book, and highly recommend that. I finished reading Mastery the other day, need to write a review on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really cool workout I just decided to put out, and as well, always leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, hit me up. I always reply, always read your comments. Here's a quick form check. Feeling pretty damn ripped lately on a cut. As I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.